I'm here today with Ian Chalmers. He's the Managing Director for Alkane Resources. Ian, how are you today?
Oh, great. Thanks, Tracy. I'm fine. Yep.
Alkane Resources was up 40% last month, Ian, and can you tell me what is the catalyst for this movement in your stock right now?
I guess there are a number of things. I mean, one is the market itself is starting to change and starting to evolve. It's got over the trough of the depression that we've all been through, and we're starting to come out of that. I guess we've had a couple of things that we've been able to do. We've added a couple of new senior staff appointments to the company, and basically one of them, the Chief Operations Officer, guy's had a lot of experience running the kind of plant that we're going to build for the Dubbo Zirconia Project. So that was important. And I think also very important was the announcement of the joint venture structure we put in place with Treibacher over the niobium output with the project. So they were two fairly big events.
All right. Well, with regards to the latest announcements with management, does this mean we're a step closer to production, Ian?
We are stepping closer, Tracy. It's a slow process, as you well know, with these type of projects. But we are getting to the point where over the next 8 to 9 months, we will put on more people as we get forward to making that decision. The decision to go will be early next year, and then we start that very critical phase of getting all the approvals finished and starting the construction phase of the project.
And for those that are not familiar with your Treibacher deal, which was announced, a month ago, can you give us a little bit of an overview and a better understanding of this deal?
Yeah, basically, if you don't know Treibacher, they're a private European company based in Austria, a substantial company of about 500 million euro turnover a year, so a very substantial company. But they've been involved in the ferro-vanadium, ferro-molybdenum business for quite some time, and they really have an interest to get involved in ferro-niobium. And of course, what they did is come to us and say, look, we're very interested in your niobium output. We'd like to help you with the technology of producing high-quality ferro-niobium. So they'll come in with that, help us do that. Then they'll have the option to take as much of the ferro-niobium as they wish. So they'll be both a user and a marketer of that material.
For those of our audience members that are not familiar with Ian Chalmers and Alkane Resources, you have one of the most exciting multi-commodity plays, which you are a pick for Jack Lipton, you're a pick for Dudley Kingsnorth, and every other consultant and so-called self-espoused leader in the industry, because you've got light rare earths, you've got heavy rare earths, you have niobium. What am I missing here? Zirconium?
Zirconium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give kind of an overview of what Alkane Resources is today at this moment? Because you're moving very, very quickly.
Well, I guess there are two aspects to what we are. I mean, first of all, we are a multi-commodity company. So yes, we have a big involvement in the rare metal, rare earth industry through the Dubbo project, but we're also a gold company. We're about to go back into production with gold, and we'll be producing gold early in the new year. So that's two aspects. But the Dubbo Zirconia project is still the key project in the company. Gold is fine. Gold will generate about 40 million a year cash flow for us. But the Dubbo project is a substantial asset, a substantial project. And it's a project that's quite different. It's quite different to most others in the sense it will produce zirconium, niobium, a light rare earth concentrate, a heavy rare earth concentrate, and it's very advanced. And I think that probably differentiates us somewhat.
Well, personally, I see being a multi-commodity play, especially in this existing market, to be a real asset. Because if I hear you properly, you're looking at 40 million in revenue as early as next year. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. The cash flow out of the gold. I mean, fortunately, gold has turned around in the last 3 or 4 weeks, which is nice to see. We'd like to see that flow into the rare earth business, by the way. But gold has certainly got a wriggle on, and yeah, we're looking forward to making some decent cash flow next year.
So what exciting benchmarks should we be looking forward to for the rest of the year, Ian?
Well, a number of things. We will certainly be looking forward to getting our environmental impact statement, which we put in for Dubbo with the government. It goes on what's called public exhibition in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. And that'll be a very big step because then everybody can come and have a look and give an opinion on the project and what's going on. We'll have other things going on with the gold project this year. The construction is well advanced and showing the completion of that. But with Dubbo particularly next year is getting the EIS, the project approved, maybe about somewhere around May, June, putting all the funding in place about the same time. So that'll be useful, and then pushing the button ready to go, sometime in the second half of the year. So a lot of big things happening.
Ian, recently we had a very good debate happen on InvestorIntel about Jack Lifton's picks, and of course you're one of his leading picks. And I noticed there was some commentary that I think is incorrect about your processing facility and what you have planned for processing. I'd love for you to speak to this because I personally perceive you to be a leader in this industry and like you to set the record straight.
Look, thank you, Tracy. Thank you for the opportunity because yes, I do follow what Jack says and what Dudley says, and I read the commentary and there was some comments that said something like Alkane has done its process at laboratory scale but hasn't proved it, and we've struggled with the demonstration plant or the pilot plant. And I really do need to put that straight. I mean, that pilot plant has been running now for 5 years. We have no issues in producing a high quality zirconium product, a high quality niobium product. We produce a 99% light rare earth oxide concentrate, and we produce a 95% heavy rare earth concentrate. Now we've done that, and on the 2 rare earths we have a deal in place with Shin-Etsu that'll take those 2 concentrates and do all the separations on them. If we had a problem with that, I must admit I'm lost as to see where that problem is because we've been doing it now for a number of years. So it's kind of frustrating to see that thing come up and bubble up to the surface again.
Well, Ian, thank you for joining us today.